你知唔知今日是咱嘅教會叫做暑更嘅主日 The Ministry Sunday。
Brothers and sisters, today is our church's ministry Sunday.
我今日講嘅信息是聖道啊，你哋最神秘。
And the title of my message this morning is entitled, Believers, What Are You Doing?
咱嘅經本是以弗所書第4章11到13節。
And our passage is found in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 11 to 13.
聖經講，以所少數有使徒，有先知，有傳福音，有牧師及教師。
It was he who gave some to be apostles, some to be prophets, some to be evangelists, and some to be pastors and teachers.
為必成全聖道，各盡其職，建立基督嘅身軀。
To prepare God's people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up.
直頂到咱眾人嘅進度頂面當歸第一，連不上帝嘅家裏，得以長大成年，滿有基督忠誠嘅善良。
Until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God and become mature, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ.
但咱過去嘅總統過去阿玉創一個戰爭特別嘅叫做刺激經濟嘅策略。
Our past president, Gloria Arroyo, she made this policy concerning a long weekend.
這個 long weekend 嘅 policy 是鼓勵咱較多嘅時間去佚佗去開支。
And it was actually a holiday economics wherein she encourages us to spend our time and spend our money in long weekends.
其實 long weekend 這個 policy 喺美國是真早時行。
Actually, long weekend policy is very common in the U.S.
當美國有 long weekend 嘅時陣，
Whenever there is a long weekend in the U.S.,
真侪家庭去佚佗，
many families go out of town.
甚至教會嘅人數有通減一半。
As a matter of fact, it is probable that the church's attendance will be reduced by half.
消費並無唔對，
Expenditures or spending money is not wrong.
因為錢若無要用，錢是死嘅，錢唔是你嘅。
Because if you don't spend your money, the money is dead, it is not yours.
當然唔當隨便開支。
Of course, we should not carelessly spend our money.
但係你離開世界存真罪錢，
But when you die leaving a lot of money,
你就及上帝生效。
how can you give an account to God?
根本是攞上帝所少數，
Silver and gold all belong to God, and it is God who gave them to us.
你嘅錢放喺度落，
And where are you putting your money?
放喺禮拜堂嘅裏面，
If you put it in church,
好主嚟上帝嚟最主嘅聖工，
so that God may use it to do His work.
唔通隨便開支，啊唔通無開支。
Let us not carelessly spend money, but let us also not go to the other extent of not spending money.
因為錢若無要用，對你家己無幫助，對這個社會也是無幫助。
Because if you don't spend the money, your money, then it is going to be of no help to you and no help to the society either.
李嘉誠是香港第一戶子嘅人，
Li Ka-shing is the wealthiest person in Hong Kong.
有一擺伊將接到一個，唔是見證，你講到一個故事。
Well, one time he shared, it wasn't a testimony, but actually a story.
伊講有一擺當伊去坐車落來嘅時陣，
He said one time when he got off from his car,
伊就手去托伊嘅手棍，
well, he reached into his pocket to get his handkerchief.
托出來嘅時陣，
And when he took out his
將一
handkerchief,
個10塊港幣甩去頭殼
there
裏
was
面
a 10 Hong Kong dollar that dropped to the ground,
佢塞喺一個狗眼嘅裏面。
fell into it like a ditch.
那是你，
And if it was you,
你要托起來無？
would you go and pick up the $10 coin?
難怪你唔是有錢人。
Well, we see therefore that you're not a wealthy person.
李嘉誠叫這個伊嘅 driver 將這個10塊托起來，
Li Ka-shing asked his driver to pick up the $10.
這個人是幾百億嘅人。
Well, this person owns like tens of billions of dollars.
你話這個人實在真有貴哦，
And we say that this person is really very stingy.
10塊都托起來。
He would pick up a $10,
But you are wrong，
but you are wrong.
因為這個10塊伊托起來，伊無不跌，
He picked up this $10, but he didn't want to keep it.
伊生我這個 driver。
He gave it to the driver.
但是講一句話，
But then he added,
這個10塊當你狗眼嘅裏面，
this $10, if I leave it there in the ditch,
我若無托起來，
if I don't pick it up,
香港嘅市場就減10塊。
there's going to be a $10, 10 Hong Kong dollar less in the Hong Kong market.
對過香港嘅政府嘅經濟減了10塊。
Then the whole economy of Hong Kong will be $10 less.
經濟若無點動，
And if the economy doesn't move,
對規個香港嘅經濟是有影響。
it is going to affect the whole Hong Kong economy.
你講咗咧，有錢人嘅想法同人真無相，
You see these wealthy people, how they think they are very different from us.
錢若無必應，
And if you don't spend the money,
對你無幫助，
it is not going to be of any help to
對
you.
國家無幫助。
And it is not going to be of any help to the country.
應該開嘅時候就開出去，
So whenever you need to spend, you better spend your
所以
money.
消費無唔對。
So it is not wrong for consumerism.
但是
But
咱嚟到教會嘅時陣，
when we come to the church,
千萬唔當用這個 customer 嘅身份嚟教會，用消費者嘅心態嚟教會。
let us not come to the church with an attitude of a customer.
什麼意思
or
呢
consumer. What is the meaning of this?
什麼叫 customer 嘅身份呢？
What is a customer?
真簡單，
Very simple.
我是你嘅衣食父母，我若無來，你只有有錢繼續維持落去。所以你就聽我講話，因為人客永遠是對嘅。
I am your source of bread and butter. If I don't come, from where will you get your earnings? Therefore, you've got to listen to me because a customer is always right.
這是叫做顧客嘅身份。
This is the being a customer.
嚟教會嘅時陣，
When you come to church,
冇一個人喺這個所在是 customer，
there is no one present here who is a customer.
你唔是永遠對，
You are not always right.
咱也唔是永遠不聽你講話。
And we're not going to be listening to you all the time.
什麼叫消費者嘅心態？
What is a consumer attitude?
真簡單，
Very simple.
我是嚟開錢，我應該得到什麼？
I'm here to spend money, so what can I gain?
真多人嚟教會，
Many people come to church
因為我有奉獻個，
because I give
既然
my
我有奉
offering.
獻，
Since I give of my offering,
我哋禮拜等應該得到什麼？
then I've got to gain something from the church.
咱聚會以後，
After the service,
今日嘅聚會真袂歹，
well, service today is very good
因為冇唱啊真好聽，
because most sang very beautiful songs.
牧師講道係講袂
And the
歹，
pastor preached well today.
我有得到。
And I gained something.
You are a customer。
Then you are a customer.
你愛這個所在得到你應該得到嘅物件，
You come to this place because you want to gain something.
得到物件並無唔對，
Gaining something is not wrong.
但是只要得到唔不付出，這個就是多門對咯。
But if you focus only on gaining without giving anything, then that is a big problem.
即係我知影一個人是以人嘅身份、人嘅心態嚟教會呢，
Well, how can you tell whether a person comes to the church as a customer or not?
真簡單。
It's very simple.
你問你自己，
You ask yourself.
就是常常及教會拍一個分數，
And if you always grade the church,
教會冷氣無夠冰，
well, the aircon of the church is not cool enough.
教會嘅茶椅燒嘅對嘅食，我卡層聽聽。
Pews are too hard, and so my buttocks ache.
不過這個跟你做阿 Sir 都袂歹，這個笑神袂歹。
Well, the usher is not bad today, and he smiles very nicely.
跟你示範個笑袂歹啊！
Well, the choir sang nice today.
牧師講到袂歹啦，較等淡薄。
Well, the preacher actually preached well today, but it was a little bit too long.
見你音響個臭無歹咁袂歹，見你。
Sound system is not bad today.
哎呀，特殊多高一個唔對嘅字，你看咪，個
Well-
睇屏 mistake 你看咪，
Well, I found a typing mistake here in the program sheet.
應該小加改變。
Well, there's ought to be some changes.
結果可以一個分數，
So he gives the church a grade.
今日啲聚會差不多80個分，
Today's service, I'll give it a grade of 85.
離開嗰把啦80個箍。
So when he leaves, he pays 85 pesos.
你若是安尼，
If you are such a person,
你就是個 consumer，即係 customer，
then
教會
you
裏面。
are but a consumer or customer in
但
the
係教會
church.
唔是安尼。
But that is not the church.
以弗所書第4章11到13節講，你是起來呢個所在最近嘅人，唔是消費嘅人。
And Ephesians chapter 4 verses 11 to 13 tells us that you are here you are not here as a customer, but you are here to serve.
兄弟姊妹，
Brothers and sisters,
我繼續問你一個問題：
let me continue to ask you a
聖
question.
道啊，你哋家做什麼代志？
Believers, what are you doing here?
咱嚟喺聖經裏面嚟思想真重要嘅代志。
Let us reflect on three very important things from the scripture.
上帝唔問聖道嘅教會應該做什麼代志？
What does God desire of believers in the church?
聖經講頭章，主已經將各款嘅恩賜嘅職分賜予教會。
And first thing is, the Lord gave the church 5 vocational gifts.
這是4至11節。
And that is found in chapter 4, verse 11.
以所少數有使徒、有先知、有傳福音、有牧師及教師。
And he, referring to Jesus Christ, gave some apostles, some to be apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers.
我講這個範圍叫做恩賜嘅職分。
And I call these the vocations.
什麼叫做
vocational gifts.
恩賜嘅職分？
What are vocational gifts?
一方面是恩賜，一方面是職分。
On one hand, it is a gift. On the other hand, it is a vocation.
恩賜及呢個職分有真正會列出真正密切嘅關係。
Gift is very much related to your vocation.
當一個教會按立一個傳道做牧師嘅時陣，
When a pastor, when a pastor ordains, when a church ordains a pastor,
唔是因為這個 pastor 喺教會裏面已經做咗10年、20年、30年咯，
it is not because the pastor has been in church for like 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years.
是因為教會感覺喺這侍奉這一段嘅時間中間，咱發現這個傳道人有牧養上帝教會嘅恩賜。
But it is because that during that certain period of time, we have observed that particular pastor to have the gift of pastoring or shepherding
所
the
以
church.
教會願意將這個職分寄可以。
That is why the church is willing to give this kind of a vocation or responsibility to him.
一個人對教會最嚴密嘅指揮，
And if a person is a conductor in the church,
是一個恩賜，
that is a gift.
啊，就是一個職分。
It is also a vocation.
一個人無曉指揮嘅人，唔應該對教會嚴密嘅指揮。
If a person isn't able to conduct, then he or she shouldn't be allowed to be the conductor in the church.
當我開始牧養 CBCB 教會嘅時陣，
When I first started pastoring CBCP,
我有一個理想，
I had an ideal.
唔望將來每一間教會兄弟姊妹都起來侍奉上帝。
I had a vision, and that is I want every member in the church to be willing to rise up and serve the Lord.
是照伊嘅恩賜來侍奉上帝。
And every person will be serving in accordance with his or her own
講
gift.
道嘅人有講道嘅恩賜，
A person who preaches will have the gift of preaching.
教導嘅人有教導嘅
A
恩
person
賜，
who teaches will have the gift of teaching.
領唱嘅人有嚴密嘅恩
A
賜，
person who leads song, worship will have that kind of a gift as
做
well.
教台嘅人有教台嘅恩賜。
And the usher will have the gift of ushering.
什麼叫教台恩賜？
What is the gift of ushering?
第一招曉笑。
Well, at the very least, you are able to smile.
所以歐洲面咧唔通唔得
So,
接受，
a
做阿 Sir，
person who frowns all day long cannot be an usher.
人覺得你走了了咯。
Because when people sees you, they will all run away.
用呢個恩賜嚟侍奉呢個上帝，
Use your gift to serve your God.
因為上帝已經將這個關係叫做 vocational gift 生學教會。
Because God has already given these 5 vocational gifts to the church.
是什麼恩賜呢？
What kind of gifts are these?
要講使徒，
First,
但
apostles.
是我解釋這個關係恩賜。
Let us first explain a little bit these 5 gifts.
使徒是好上帝車出去嘅人，
Apostles are people who are sent out by God.
車出去建立上帝教會。
They are sent out to establish or build God's church.
咱比較熟嘅是有12個使徒，
Well, what we are more familiar with are the 12 apostles.
比較全世界特所在建立主嘅教會。
They went all over the world to establish God's church.
喺印度有呢個叫做多馬會嘅所在。
In India, there is this Thomasan church.
每3年有一擺全國性嘅培靈嘅大會，
Every year, they have this national revival meeting.
多馬會，
This Thomasan church.
而且嘅名就係使徒多馬所建立。
And so, by the name, we know that this was actually established by the apostle Thomas.
Thomas 去到印度去傳福音，
Thomas went to India to preach the gospel.
傳說是死喺印度嘅裏面，
And it is said that he actually died in India.
但是喺印度除咗真濟印度人認不上帝，
But in India, he was able to lead a lot of Indians to the Lord.
今日呢一個 denomination 叫做多馬會。
And that is why he established this church named Thomas.